The leader washes his hands before continuing with the ceremonial meal, and then everyone recites the following blessing in unison. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshenu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al netilat yadayim. Blessed are you, O Lord our God, King of the universe, who made us holy by his commandments, and commanded us concerning the washing of the hands. There is an account of a different type of washing in God's Word. John and John 13:4 is the story of Yeshua Jesus rising from the table, wrapping a towel around his waist. Then he poured some water in a basin and washed the feet of the Talmidim, disciples. He then said, I have set an example for you, so you may do the same. What a lesson in total servitude. Of course, he was alluding to his teaching in Mark 10:43-45. Now we are made holy by the blood of Yeshua Jesus. It is in connection with this will that we have been separated for God and made holy, once and for all, through the offering of Yeshua, the Messiah's body. Hebrews 10:10. So too Yeshua suffered death outside the gate, in order to make the people holy through his own blood. Hebrews 13:12. The leader lifts up the matzah and says, the first of the 4 questions asked, why do we eat matzah? Because there was not enough time for the dough to rise when their redemption came, as the Holy Scriptures say, and they baked the dough into matzah cakes, for it had not risen, because they had been driven out of Egypt, and could not tarry, nor prepare food. Unleavened bread is also very practical for travel. A pound of matzah takes up half the space of a pound of bread, is twice as filling, and never spoils. 3 matzos, the unity, are held up, and the following blessing is recited. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamas elikim min haaretz. Blessed are you, O Lord our God, King of the universe, who brings forth bread from the earth. Each one now takes a small piece of matzah, and all recite the following blessing. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshenu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al matzah. Blessed are you, O Lord our God, King of the universe, who sanctified us with his commandments and commanded us concerning the eating of unleavened bread. All eat together of the matzah. Yeshua Jesus is without leaven, sin, and he stated that we who come to him and partake will also be unleavened. 1 Corinthians 5:7 and 8. The leader lifts up the marrow and says, the second question was, why do we eat marrow? Because of the bitter life of hard labor, making bricks for the Egyptians. The bitter herb speaks of the sorrow, persecution, and suffering of our people under the hand of Pharaoh. As the horseradish brings tears to our eyes, so did the great affliction of our forefathers bring tears to their eyes. God the Father would tell us today to take the hyssop and dip it in the blood of his dear Son, and sprinkle it on the doorposts of our hearts. Yeshua Jesus drank the bitter cup so that we can partake of his sweet salvation. Our lives would be bitter before we accepted him. Everyone take a small piece of matzah, scoop up the bitter herb, and recite the following blessing. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshenu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al matzah. Blessed are you, O Lord our God, King of the universe, who sanctifies with his commandments, and commanded us concerning the eating of bitter herbs. All eat the marrow together. Everyone break off 2 small pieces of matzah, making a sandwich. Place the charoset with the little bitter herbs between the 2 pieces. It is optional to eat the charoset without the bitter herbs. This is called the Hallel sandwich. All eat the charoset together. Just as the wine is a symbol of blood, the salt water a symbol of tears, the bitter herbs a symbol of suffering, the greens a symbol of hyssop, so it is that the charoset is a symbol of mortar, representing the bricks which were made by our people in Egypt. This concludes the ceremonial meal. Shulchan Aruch, the Passover meal. The supper will now be served and the seder will continue after we have eaten. Blessings and graces in the name of Yahweh, in Yahushua HaMashiach.